Shout out to Adrian Thomas for sending me the story, and this is coming out of Ontario, Canada, where you can see right here at the title. It says cocaine trafficker sentenced to house arrest. You want to know what's so interesting? Lisa Cabrera just did a video recently where she was talking about how in the state of, I want to say Oregon or Washington, it's one of those states on the upper West Coast where they are like scaling back on the penalties of people who distribute hard drugs as well as consume them. And cocaine, I think, was one of those drugs. Of course, you know, opioids and everything else like that was also in the mix. So this right here is adding into that. I guess you could say. Because the fact that this person is only getting house arrest for trafficking cocaine. But then again, it doesn't surprise me because I've done a couple of stories this year where you had like one, for example, this lady who was trafficking drugs, hardcore drugs out of her USPS truck, and all she got was probation or house arrest or something like that, which is almost the same level of crime that this person is doing. And of course she was PC, so I'm only going to assume that this person is PC as well. So let's get into it. And this story is coming from the Windsor Star. Justice finally caught up to a Leamington man nabbed more than 5 years ago and charged with dealing cocaine on local streets. Now here's the thing. They caught him more than 5 years ago, and all he gets is house arrest 5 years later. But thanks to a recent Ontario Court of Appeal decision that long delay held Richard Symes dodged what until the summer would have been a mandatory jail sentence, he was ordered instead to serve a stint or house arrest. At a hearing on Monday, Superior Court Justice Gregory Verbeem handed Symes, age 56, a 6-month conditional sentence, but the judge said the Leamington man will now also have to live the rest of his life with the label of being a convicted drug trafficker. Wow. All he has to do is not buy and distribute drugs. For some, that might be pretty easy to do considering, well, I would say almost that drug dealing could be seen as an addiction because that fast money. So I was going to say it might be easy for him, but then again, it may not be. I got in with the wrong people and I paid the price. I'm done with those people, Symes told the court. And I'm just now realizing they said that this guy's 56 and he's trafficking cocaine at the age of 56. You know, at one point, that was usually something you found someone who was maybe half his age doing or younger. But this guy is 56. He is almost 60 and that's what he's doing. Under police observation at the time, Symes was caught red-handed on July 22nd, 2015, in the process of selling less than a gram of cocaine to another individual in a commercial area of Leamington. As his trial was set to get underway last January, Symes pleaded guilty and the trafficking charge against a co-accused was dropped. Prosecutor Susanna Shazaz told the court the Crown had initially been seeking a 3-month jail sentence. In the Sharma decision in July, the Ontario Court of Appeal struck down an amendment to the criminal code that made an incarceration mandatory for such convictions. A majority of the 3 justices who heard the Sharma appeal ruled the mandatory incarceration provision made law by the Harper government in 2012 went against the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. In addition to the house arrest, which includes exemptions for such activities as work and medical appointments, as well as 2 hours every weekend for shopping, the judge imposed a 10-year weapons ban and ordered Symes to submit to a DNA blood test. Verbeem noted a favorable pre-sentence report prepared for the court. The relatively low quantity of cocaine involved, 0.86 grams, and the fact that Symes appears to have distanced himself from the local drug subculture. Only if black people could get that luxury. We don't get the luxury. We become a drug dealer and it's attached to us for life, even if we're far removed from it. Symes lives at home with his ailing mother and was described in court as her main caregiver. But the judge described this crime as a grave and serious offense for which a sentence with a message of deterrence to the offender in the community at large was required. Verbeem said the court had repeatedly referred to the extreme perils cocaine brings to the community, and that traffickers like Symes are the mechanism by which the drug flow is maintained. The judge agreed to the Crown's forfeiture order request for items seized by police at the time of the arrest, including a weight scale, a phone, and $1,310 in cash. Neither Shahzaz or defense lawyer Travis Hughes could explain to the Star why the case had been in the court for more than 5 years. "Good luck to you, sir," the judge told Symes, adding that any breach of his house arrest conditions could result in him serving the balance of his sentence behind bars. Now, mind you, if I read this correctly, he's not going to be on that house arrest for a very long time. So even so, but anyway, I just feel that this is definitely PC. He, like some of the other stories I've talked about, was able to get a slap on the wrist for dealing a hardcore drug. Yet again, proving us right and I say that this is an us versus them society, even if they don't live in the States. It just speaks true and rings around the world. Had that been a black person had did this, jail. And that didn't even have to be a hardcore drug. He could have been just selling a little bit of weed. Jail. How many black men in jail right now for weed? Weed, last time I checked, can't kill you. Cocaine, however, can. But as you can see, it doesn't have to be in the States for it to not apply. To apply, I should say. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments.